Lunchtime in Little Rock, lines form quickly at the Whole Hog Cafe.
It's the best barbecue I've ever had, and I'm a barbecue lover.
There you go. Barbecue is a piece of seasoned meat placed in a box of smoke. Over a period of time, it's supposed to be edible. I'm Mike Davis. I'm the head cook of the Whole Hog Cafe. They've got to get here, they've got to get in, they've got to get their meal, eat their meal, and get out and get back down Little Rock down here, sometimes in 30 minutes. The highest we got was like 220, 225 people in here at one time, sitting down, actually sitting down eating at one time.
Well, that's good.
Our beef brisket, our chickens, our pork loin, our pulled pork, it goes across that counter. It's dry. And then you got a six-pack out there that you can pick the flavor you want.
We've tried them all.
You know, you can go from a mild to a spicy to a hot and spicy to a sweet, thick, muddy, you know, Mississippi mud-looking stuff, you know, whatever you want, you know, or mustard vinegar. And I think that's probably one of the key things that actually put this place on the map over everybody else.
Yeah, and the fact that they keep winning at Memphis in May. Yeah, I think that's great, and I think they deserve it.
This remarkable run of winning barbecue started back in 1992. Mike Davis brought his family home to Arkansas after mustering out of the Army. On a lark, he cooked with a friend in the state championships.
And I kind of got pulled into the thing. You know, I was thinking it was more like a backyard barbecue deal. And we went out there and we cooked in that. We got thoroughly embarrassed about the whole situation. You know, we came in, we didn't finish last. You know, that was our first time we'd ever cooked in a major competition. We'd get paid once a week, so we'd go out and buy a case of spare ribs, and we'd practice cooking spare ribs and drinking cold beer on Sundays and stuff, and we'd make notes. We'd take notes of what we was doing. You know, we'd use different dry rubs and different cooking methods, and we'd record all this information. And every Sunday, that was a ritual. You know, we'd practice every weekend on Sundays if the weather permitted, and we just, you know, built on practice, you know. Same thing Army does. All we want to do is make a good showing out there. And the third time we cooked was an Illinois State Championship, and we wound up in the finals. We had to rehearse how and train for how to get to be first place and grand champion. And so we went ahead and done that, and I guess the first grand champion we won in ribs was in '95.
Soon, two barbecue judges asked Davis to open a restaurant.
Since they couldn't get the recipes from me and couldn't duplicate what I was doing, they brought me in as a partner in this thing.
Now, grand champion Mike Davis on winning ribs. His first tip, buy the best meat you can find.
What you start with is what you're going to finish up with. If you start with a cheap product, you're going to end up with a cheap product. So you got to go through and trim the knuckles off. Take a good sharp knife. You just kind of come under the edge of it. And after you get through there, you want to look at the ends of it and see if there's any short broken bones and stuff. If you got busted bones in there, you don't want to feed that to somebody, so you want to cut that off too. And the reason we take the membrane off the rib is when you cook it, that membrane, it's like a skin, like a piece of plastic on the back of those ribs. You can't get any smoke to go through that side, you can't get any flavor to go through that side or anything else. And that heat gets on it, it kind of makes it like bulletproof.
This is a strip of loin, often left by the butcher.
It's a very tasty part of the rib, so I just leave it on there and just let everybody know what it is.
But tough sinew goes.
Just take your fillet knife and go up under it. And just trim it off. And if I was going to do competition, I'd look and see if these bones are shining like that. I wouldn't necessarily want to use those. I want to use a little meatier rib where there's not so many shiners on it. After you've got all the ribs trimmed up, all the bones and sinew and everything off of it, you're ready to season the meat. And I just lay them out like this, real close together, and then take my season and put it in some type of a shaker, and just kind of hold it up about a foot and a half over the top of it and shake it on. You don't want to get it real heavy, but you want to get a good even coverage over the whole thing. Flip them over,